How you doing, guys? This is ZDEyE here. So with the early reviews already up for Spider-Man 2, well, yeah, basically this game is getting fantastic reviews, right? I did not yet see, well, as of this recording of the video, that anybody will give this game like anything less than 8. Seriously, there's 8s, 9s, 10s that this game is receiving, and everybody's saying that they had an incredible time with this game. But of course there are a few little issues, that's why some of the people gave it like an 8 and a 9. But you know, I feel like those issues that they're mentioned, well, I don't think they're genuinely warranting. But, you know, I will get into the positives, the negatives. I kind of tried to do a little bit of a summarization of all the people that basically mention all the positives, the negatives. And by the way, I did not look up anything related towards the spoilers. So there's nothing regarding it in terms of the positives and negatives as well. So, you know, I want to touch on those a little bit. But still, it genuinely is incredible to see that Insomniac once again has basically knocked that out of the park regarding of their, like every damn release that they release is genuinely, it's incredible, right? Spider-Man 2018, then also Spider-Man, the remaster for the PS5, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and then it's just insane. Now with Marvel Spider-Man 2, and of course with the expectations to see what they've got in store for us in terms of the Marvel's Wolverine, and sort of kind of a multiplayer project that they're also perhaps working on. There's also another game that they're working. It's just insane. These guys, like basically, I would even argue to say that they are the AAA, or maybe at this point quadruple A masters developers. And I'm gonna say that they are perhaps maybe surpassing, and actually maybe already have surpassed, Naughty Dog. Because back then, like the number one studio that was considered always, it was always like Rockstar Games and also Naughty Dog. But now I think that Insomniac surpassed, well, in terms of quantity and quality, well, obviously it will be Insomniac, and Insomniac being the number one studio even far higher than Rockstar Games. Even though when Rockstar releases their game, it basically breaks world records, but Insomniac, with the quantities and how many games that they've got in store, and also how many they're working on, how many bangers after bangers they release and manage to always meet super high expectations, that genuinely deserves every single merit that they, wow, incredible. So one of the pros that I'm noticing everybody's giving, for example, that it builds everything from the first game that it offers and just makes it so much more better, and definitely awesome to see. Phenomenal boss battles with great storytelling. Miles also kind of maybe stealing a little bit of the show, and also there's a little bit of a negative in terms of the Peter Parker's side quests feeling a little dull. I did hear about this a little bit, like from 2-3 reviewers, but again, I don't think that can be merited. Obviously, I can't say, right? I didn't play the game, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe they're wrong because I haven't played the game. So, you know, I'm gonna hold out on that kind of my thoughts. So, nuanced story, right? Incredible story, and also a lot of other incredible side quests that has gotten store. Definitely has been improved from 2018 version of Spider-Man. Excellent combat, genuinely is awesome to see. Also with traversal, it's even done better. Like for example, like swinging. Everyone's saying that swinging was incredible already, right? From the very first presentation, 2018 version of Spider-Man, and now in Spider-Man 2, they have gone and just made even a you can now fly as well. Wow. And everyone's saying it feels incredible, looks good, and it is super like feels just like you're part of this world that you're actually gliding right through. Incredible, right? PlayStation 5's most powerful game, and that takes all the advantages with the SSD and all the capabilities that PlayStation 5 can. And just drop dead gorgeous, of course, and it's got gorgeous slant of New York and just bustling with life. That New York is the quality and the character of its own, and genuinely is incredible. Like it's already has gone through 2 iterations, if I'm right. Basically, of course, we've seen New York from 2018 version of Spider-Man, then seen New York more of a winter setting, set in the few months later from the 2018 version. So obviously it was a snowy version, and some things have been changed in New York, and now with Spider-Man 2, New York has been kind of reimagined once again. It's done up and stuff. Some things have been left unchanged, some things have been changed quite drastically as well. it's nice to see these kind of changes. And obviously, if you build up upon the game and make it better, well, who's gonna argue and say it's bad? It genuinely is not a bad thing. It's the best superhero video game narrative ever. Everything doesn't seem like it's gonna be even coming close. And especially with Batman games like Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight and stuff like that, with those games that have gone with the direction of Gotham Knights and just completely dropping the ball with that game. Now, well, it's a confirmation at this point, in fact, that Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is the best game, superhero game ever. So that's incredible. And it's good to hear, it genuinely is. Marvelous characters and character development. I hear that there's some kind of sad moments, incredible moments. And just it's a marvel to watch and enjoy and be part of this world. Symbiote suit is exactly what you'd hope for as well. That's all there was a mention of it. There was nothing else, and I don't think I want to get into more about that, since to me go into a little bit of a category of, well, spoilers, but that's all I got for that. But yeah, these were major pros and the good things regarding of the game. I want to get into some of the negatives. There's 6 bullet points that I've taken in terms of the negatives. And of course, one I already mentioned regarding Peter Parker's side quest being a little bit dull. I don't know if that's actually can be merit, or perhaps it's just an individual having this kind of his line of thoughts. Combat can feel repetitive, especially pre-upgrades. I feel like that might have been the same thing happening in the 2018 version of Spider-Man. I kind of managed to move away from that, if that makes sense. I didn't really pay attention to it, so it was not really an issue for me. Plot can feel bloated. I don't know. I'm actually seeing a lot of other reviewers that I trust, and they said they already platinumed the game. It took them less than 30 hours to platinum this game. It was an incredible journey, and they wanted more. So maybe bloat would be a better idea in here to actually have more of it. So that's why I'm saying maybe should not be considered a con. But of course, like I said, I'll have to experience this game for myself to kind of tell you my thoughts if there was any sort of a bloat. Or perhaps maybe this kind of a line was exaggerated by one of the reviewers. Pacing is in its final third. Final third part is a little bit inconsistent. There's a little bit of a mention of that. Obviously, I can't say much about that. It's the spoilers. That's all I got. Some boss fights are a bit too long. We'll have to wait and see for that. Maybe if the sequence that was introduced, that we've seen anyway when we were racing and trying to catch up to the lizard, that we've seen. I don't know if this can be considered a bad thing, because it's a spectacle, it's super bombastic, it's kind of crazy, and maybe that's exactly what we want. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. There's a lot of similarities that you've noticed already from a lot of PlayStation exclusive games, and they're just done incredibly well, and you just want more of it. It makes sense, right? And there's also a last tidbit. Again, we'll have to wait and see for this. And maybe by the time we'll actually experience this game for ourselves, maybe this will not be an issue. There's a mention of minor technical issues, but again, I think that by the time we all will be playing on the 20th, there's still another 4 days to go. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of a little patch or hotfix, and so these technical issues will be completely ironed out even further, and so that's fantastic. I'm just considering and thinking about how long they have been developing and making Spider-Man 2 since the release of the first one. Well, we can't really count that, can't we? Well, again, it's been almost 5 years now that I'm thinking about it more. A little bit of 5 years, a little bit more in fact. But also we cannot forget that Miles Morales was also released in 2020. That was 2 years after the release of the first Spider-Man. But again, that was a studio or Team B making Miles Morales game. And it's just interesting to see how much of a change, at least that I have not played the game, and to see how much of a change will there be from the first and also Miles Morales comparing to the Marvel Spider-Man 2, and how good, how bad things are going to be going with that kind of direction. And by the looks of things, a lot of other people that I trust and reviewers that they're mentioned, well, it seems like it's going to be genuine Marvel, and it's going to be a genuine treat for a lot of people that are fans of Spider-Man and fans of Insomniac Spider-Man as well. So it's going to be an amazing experience, an amazing adventure for sure. I'm so glad where I ordered a collector's edition of the Marvel Spider-Man 2. Yes, do expect an unboxing as well from me. And I'm not too sure when I will receive the package, perhaps maybe a day earlier or the day off of the release of Marvel Spider-Man 2. But nevertheless, do expect to see a video from me. this is awesome. Cannot wait. Do let me know what you think about all this regarding of the Marvel Spider-Man 2. Were you expecting to see these kind of very high review scores? It's incredible. Alright, like and subscribe. See you guys all. Have a wonderful day.